Hey everyone, welcome back to the product briefing show of the Hunt Club podcast. Today we're going to talk about a new feature of the Vectra AI platform, the attack graphs. My name is Tiffany Nip, Senior Product Marketing Manager at Vectra AI, and I'm joined by Gearóid Ó Fearghaíl, Senior Group Product Manager at Vectra AI. Do you want to give a quick intro, Gearóid?
Hey Tiff, yeah, thanks for having me on the podcast today. I'm involved with launching this feature and the development of how we can show better integrated detection and response for our customers so they can do investigations as quickly as possible in our product.
Awesome. So let's dive right into it. Let's start with the problem, Gearóid. What are the modern attack problems that we are seeing that prompt us to develop the attack graphs?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have seen increasingly over the last years, the modern network has evolved and attackers are evolving alongside that. And they're moving faster, they're moving through multiple domains, and they're going undetected for longer periods. And for this, with the attack graph, we're really focusing in on that multi-domain problem. And we have seen increasingly that whenever attackers are coming in, they find a method to find valuable assets within an environment, they're going to go there, even if it's in the cloud, if it's a SaaS product, if it's in Microsoft 365, whatever it is, they don't mind, they don't care, they're going to move across. And it means that modern attacks are leveraging multiple domains and multiple different hosting accounts to get there.
Yeah. Right. Can you show us a concrete example that we've seen in the wild of this multi-domain attacks?
Yeah, of course. So this is an example that we've seen in a real life environment. This is a hybrid cloud methodology. They basically managed to find a specific server with where they found remote control. And this was unsecurable because it was an appliance. There was no EDR they could stick on it. The key point, though, is that from that place, they were able to find a jump station that they were able to spread to. And they were then able to access an account from there and work through into the cloud. This is a real attack that we've seen, which involved multiple hosts and involved multiple different hybrid or different attack surfaces as well. It was a hybrid attack moving into the cloud that was stopped actually by Vectra.
Right. And why are these attacks so hard to respond to for security teams?
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, Vectra has always been focused on showing you all of the information you need when we give you a detection. We have our AI-powered detections that catch malicious actors in the wild based on the techniques and tactics they use to advance through your system. And inherently, detections just tell you this is something we've seen. And so Vectra has worked really hard to say, well, actually what matters is a collection of activities, collection of different suspicious behaviors that combine together to create our hosts and accounts that we actually prioritize. But obviously, we don't really, in a perfect world, we'd be able to say, oh, this is John, who is in some other third country, who is doing the malicious actions. It's hard to attribute to a specific location, latitude and longitude, exactly GPS coordinates. But what we can do is we want to show you the full comprehensive view of that.
Yeah.
So for this means you need to be able to see everything that's happening in one simple view to be able to say not just what the detections are for a host, but whether there's other links involved, whether there's anything else you need to be interested in.
Great. So let's talk about the attack graph then. Can you tell us more about it? What does it do?
Yeah, of course. The attack graph demonstrates everything. This is all about effectively visualizing everything that's happened in one simple view. It's telling you, well, this is where it started, and this is what they did. This is who they've targeted. I'll just jump straight into a demo and just showcase this right now.
Of course.
Great. So this is a system that we have, our marketing collab server, and we have actually got a nice simple view of everything that happened. When you come in now to a Vectra prioritized alert with this feature, you're going to be able to see very easily, okay, well, where did they come from? You can see in this case that this marketing collab server, the Vectra prioritized entity, has been targeted with a hidden HTTPS tunnel out to some external domain, minuteman.vaulttech.org. You immediately know, okay, well, That's where they got in from. This could be patient zero. This could be the initial source of this attack. You obviously can go in and immediately say, well, who else has talked to this domain? Let's go and investigate that. But it's really clear, okay, it started here, they came in. And then we can see, well, where did they go? We can see the detections that they're doing. There's some RPC recon in here. We can see curve roasting, looking for targeted weak ciphers. And also a suspicious LDAP query up to a domain controller. And then a suspicious remote execution, an attempted lateral movement to another account. And you can see that this jump station 5 is also prioritized. I immediately know, oh, this isn't just one entity that's actually been targeted. This is part of an attack that involves another server that I need to jump into. I can immediately perceive everything I need to, visually understand exactly what's happened. And it's really all about simplifying the analyst experience, making it clear, not just so you read through that data, but also so that you can see exactly what happened. Everything's really clearly explained. We have a legend to describe exactly what's happening. We're very precise on what information we're showing here. We're trying to avoid showing everything. We show what matters. We specifically limit the use of color so you can see, oh, well, this main host is prioritized. This is the one I really care about. And then also this orange jumps out immediately. Oh, I need to look at this as well. We show a number of different ways of presenting this. We have a tree view here, which gives you a really clear idea of what's happening. We also have an attack graph as well, and more of a network view. And this gives you a bit more clarity so you can move things around. You can see multiple detections targeting, say, that domain controller, RPC recon, and suspicious LDAP query. But what you'll see is we actually also show the progression of this attack over time. So if you want to know, well, where did it start and where did it go? We show you that progression over time. So you can say, well, what exactly happened? What was the order that this happened in? What do I need to look at first? And how exactly did this attack develop?
And also how fast it is, right?
Exactly. And also how fast. It's exactly that. So it's all about showcasing all the information that you need in one simple view, really streamlining the process for you so that when you come in as an analyst, it's completely clear exactly what's happening in your platform.
Yeah, perfect. And I really like what you said about less is more. We know that security team don't really need more alerts. So they need clarity, and that's what we're providing them here, accelerating the investigation.
Exactly.
Cool. So let's talk about what does it mean for security team then for the attack graph? How can it benefit their operations?
Yeah, absolutely. So this means with this attack graph that you're able to basically assess the breadth of your attack and the impact on prioritization immediately. It gives you really good clarity on the big questions that you want to ask as you look at any prioritization that Vectra gives you. You know, where did this come from? Who's patient zero? What is the potential blast radius of this? You know, what's the impact? What do I need to do? It gives you clarity on what kind of response you might need to perform. And it's all about helping you perceive what's happening. We've talked a lot. We have a very interesting blog actually by my colleague Eric Evangelista, where he talks about the cognitive overload that security teams face, and when they go in to look at these kind of graphs, how there's just so much data in there, and we want to really simplify that down and just say, hey, there's data here, but this is what matters. These are the key points to look at. Look at this, then look at this, and it's all about streamlining that behavior for you and really making it as easy as possible to look at alerts and respond to them as quickly as possible.
Exactly, to stop the attack ultimately.
Exactly, yeah.
Great. With that, I think that's a wrap of our conversation today, but thanks for joining me today, Gearóid, and thank you for tuning in as well. If you like this episode, please give it a like, comment, let us know what you think, and also check out these other two episodes that we had in Hunt Club podcast. And thanks everyone for joining us again, and hope to see you in the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.